look who's back in the video. I haven't filmed in front of my bed in a long time. So that's where she shows up when I'm filming. She'll often be on the bed because I pop her up there. She can't jump there by herself. But I haven't been filming with the bed in the background, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Anyway, hi. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited and, to be honest, like nervous about this series that I'm embarking on. I'm going all in. I'm going all in Spring Fever Purge series 2019. I'm going all in. I did a tiny bit of this last year. I did like a couple tiny things last year. And I'm just, my house needs it from top to bottom, needs a good, very thorough sifting through, sorting out, getting rid of stuff. Reorganization will follow that. We'll get into that in a minute. Maybe not even reorganizing, just like putting things back where they belong. But oh my gosh, I need this so badly. I know I don't know how to pronounce her name right, but Marie-Kondo is how I know how to pronounce it. I know that's not right, and I apologize. Marie-Kondo, I'm not sure. I'm sorry. Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up is a book I read years ago, and I did a whole big series about it, actually, and I'll try to find those videos and put them down below for you. I know I did my clothes. That was a big one. And I think I did my makeup too. And my toilet, I can't remember. My toiletries, I can't remember. But it was great. And I've been really, since then, that really did like move something in my mind for me. And also just a combination of maturing and kind of going into different phases in my life. I got into a real kind of purgy phase where I've been getting rid of a lot. Every year, I don't necessarily have like a specific time of year I get rid of stuff. I just kind of collect things, and then when it accumulates, I set up a donation pickup time, and then I donate. And that's what I do basically all year round. But this spring, I am feeling such a pull towards doing a really, really, really serious purging. And it is long overdue. I feel like now that my youngest is 1, he's 13 months old now, technically, he's over 1. I feel like I'm out of the infant stage. I mean, he's still basically a baby. He's on the cusp of toddlerhood. I see it coming, and I just feel like I have a little bit more, it's not even time, right? Because you can make time for whatever's important. It's really more like space in my brain and energy and desire to really, really do this now. And I want to take you along with me on this ride. And this is where I am nervous. I'm not nervous to do this at all. I'm excited to purge. Like, I want to get rid of so much and just let go. And it's just, I can tell you from years of doing this now that it just feels really good to let go of things. I got in a really bad habit in my 20s of just accumulating a lot and holding on to a lot. People like to call me a hoarder back in my early YouTube days. If you look up the clinical diagnosis of that, I don't fit that bill, but I will be the first to admit that yes, I accumulated more than necessary and I held on to everything. And that's why there's still so much that I can let go of. I do come from a family that values holding on to things for sentimental purposes. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that if that works for you, but I need more space. I feel like when my home feels cluttered or in disarray, I just don't feel well. And I just want to have less stuff so there can be more breathing space and more mind space. So I don't know if that makes sense to any. I feel like it probably makes sense to some of you. But I just feel a real urge for that right now. So the reason I'm nervous to share this is because I have resisted in the past from sharing my messiest most shameful spaces. Honestly, I don't feel super ashamed of my messy spaces. I used to feel a lot more ashamed of anything. I mean, part of my house that wasn't like perfectly neat and tidy and organized all of the time. I don't feel that anymore. I think just having kids has made me relax a lot in that way, and just kind of loosen up. But I haven't shared full looks at my little messy corners of the house, and there definitely are some. And I just want to rip that Band-Aid off and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna show it. Because here's what happens. This is what happens to me. I'm like, I'm not gonna show this until it's neat. And then I never get around to tidying it, and then it just accumulates more stuff, and then it's like a vicious cycle that repeats. I'm just gonna show everything when it's messy, and that's going to be my inspiration and motivation to get it done. Like, this is like corners of the house that have been just accumulating stuff for years. So the biggest offenders, I would say, are my office. For sure, my office is like huge one. The mudroom, the infamous mudroom that we had renovated 3 years ago now? Two years ago? I don't remember, 2 years ago. So the mudroom. The garage is not that shameful to me. It's just stuff I'm kind of waiting until it's warmer to get into that, so that'll probably be later in the series. And then my utility room, my storage room in the basement. This is like the biggest one where I'm like, whatever that monkey emoji is. You can't, he's hiding his face. What's happened down there is that I haven't been good at putting my bins back, because I've been in this process of, I want to get rid of stuff and I want to reorganize how I'm storing things, but I want to show it when I'm done, so I'm never going to start it, because I'm never going to show it when it's as messy as it is. This is not helpful thinking, Jen. This is not good. I feel like this project I do actually need more time for, so I actually am going to push that off to the very last, and I think I'm going to probably approach it in the early fall. This is gonna be a long series, you guys, because I have a lot to do. Honestly, the main living areas of my house, I keep very neat and tidy for the most part. Now with children, and we have so many toys, it's gonna look more cluttered than I want it to, just because we live in our house. But I think there's work I can do in my children's, basically all of their toys are on the main floor of our house. We don't keep really much in their rooms in terms of stuff to play with, because they're still so young. And to me, this is just my personal parenting style, I want their rooms to be where they rest and not have a huge distraction with toys. Cece, we started transitioning, putting a couple of things up there for her, because she's kind of starting to transition out of her nap, maybe, I don't know. But some days, very rarely, but once like every 2 weeks, she doesn't really nap. So I have something in there for her to, she's got some of her little stuffies and one of her princess castle things. But anyway, I think I can definitely tidy up the play areas on the main floor for sure. Remember that video where I was like, when somebody, it was like a Q&A, it was before I had Cece, and I was like, somebody asked if I was gonna have a playroom in my house, and I was like, I don't think we really need a playroom. We'll use their rooms, and we don't, whatever. We don't need yeah. We basically turned our first floor into a playroom. So eating those words now, but that is life. Sorry, I just kicked the tripod there. Anyway, I'm gonna do it all, you guys. I'm going to do it all. I'm gonna show it all, and I'm not gonna be ashamed, because honestly, I don't feel that ashamed anymore. I got over it. I got over myself, and I just want to get it done. The office is gonna be a big one. I have been putting this off for years, and I'm just so sick of it. I'm just so sick of not doing it and making up excuses, and just, I just want, can you tell? I'm like, ugh. It's like a visceral reaction. I just want it to be done. So this is my plan with this series. The first part is like complete just purge. It's not gonna be organization. It's not going to be, well, yeah, it's not gonna be organization. It's literally just going through things, because this is another place I find I get caught up. I think I have to completely finish each area before I move on to the next. And that worked for me for a time, but again, brain space, energy allocation, I need to go with what I am being pulled to right now, and that is mainly just purging. I'm not even gonna touch organization right now. I'm just gonna get rid of stuff, and I'm gonna film myself doing it, because that's what all the cool kids are doing. No, I don't know. I used to do this back before it was cool, and I don't know, I feel like sharing. I feel like it'll be a good motivational tool for me too. And I'm gonna start today. I'm not gonna be like, no, I'll start tomorrow. No, I'm gonna start today. And I'm actually gonna put this part in the next video. I thought, what is my own advice when people ask me, oh, how do you get started on a home project, on an organization, on getting rid of stuff? Start small. Start with something that seems really, really doable, and then do it, and hopefully it doesn't take you too long, and the results make you feel really good, and that intrinsically motivates you to accomplish the next thing, and then it kind of has a snowball effect. So I'm gonna start here in my bedroom, and this is gonna be like the first, month of this series, is I'm gonna start in my nightstand right now today. It'll be the next video. I'm just gonna go through it. I haven't looked in it. I pulled one thing out of it for privacy reasons. I'll let you kind of guess what it is. But I am going to just do the nightstand. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do a couple of the little things in my room that I've been putting off. And I'll talk about those in the next video as well. So that's where I'm gonna start, and then I'm gonna tackle probably my beauty and bathroom and my clothes. I am in a phase where I have definitely, like most of my wardrobe does not work for me right now because it's too big. It's stuff that I wore postpartum between kids, and I'm, kind of simultaneously to doing this kind of physical home purge, I'm also been doing, that sounds kind of wrong. Well, let's just say I've been readdressing my health and nutrition, and I'm not on a diet, but I am trying to, now that my son is very, very close to self-weaning, I've let him completely wean himself at his own pace, and he is about to drop the last nursing that we have, which is the right before bed one. It's basically non-existent. So he's almost fully weaned. I've gone back down to my pre-pregnancy bra size completely as of like today. So there's just a lot I can get rid of, and my t-shirts are just ratty. I need an overhaul. I want to buy some new clothes this summer. That is going to be kind of my reward, I feel like, for doing all this, but I really want to get serious with the purge this time. I know I did like a little bit last year. I want to go through everything. If I haven't worn it in a year, it's gone. Goodbye. Like, let's not hold on to stuff. Also, for instance, things like this bedding. I bought myself new duvet cover and shams at the beginning of the year because I wanted something different. We repainted this room a couple of years ago, and it's got kind of almost a more purpley undertone. It's kind of a gray, purpley gray, which I love, but a lot of my duvets that I've had, or duvet covers that I've had for years, don't match at all. Like, not even a little bit. They totally clash. And so I bought myself this new white one, and I absolutely hate it. But I feel like because I spent the money on it, I have to use it. No, this does not spark joy. This comforter sparks deep, deep ickiness. Like, I don't like it. It's just really ruffly, and it just doesn't go with my style. And I don't know why I thought I'd want a ruffly comforter, but I did for some reason. So you know what? I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna buy something new. I'm not happy about it. I tend to hold on to my bedding for a long time, but hopefully I can find a better home for it. Get something that will work for, the rest of the year or whatever, and just move on. Just move on, because I've been spending 2 months hating this comforters. Things like that. Things that I would just make myself live with because it feels wasteful to get rid of them. It is a little bit wasteful. I should have thought more about buying the ruffly comforter before I bought it. It was not an impulse purchase. I was eyeing it for like at least a month. I don't tend to impulse purchase things like big purchases like that because it's a nice comforter. It's from a duvet cover from Pottery Barn. No, I'm over it. 2 months in, I'm just like, I cannot look at that thing anymore, so I'm getting rid of it. Things like that. things like that. Does this mean I'm gonna buy all new stuff for my house? No. I'm gonna let myself buy a new comforter because I hate that one. And our other ones literally clash with the paint color. I did not really think this through. I love the paint color, but it's not really working with any of our bedding. I'm not gonna buy a whole bunch of new stuff. Am I going to maybe make some room for a couple new things to spruce up the house come late spring, early summer? Maybe. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna buy anything new, but I am also not one of those people that just buys new decor every season just to have new things. Like, I just don't do that. I don't think there's anything wrong with it if it sparks joy for you. It does not spark joy for me. It's just like I have enough, I have more than I need to work with. So I'm gonna shop my stash, get rid of stuff, and then we'll see. And then the last thing I want to address is using organizational elements you already own. You know, there's a lot of really cute organizational stuff and home storage solutions. So cute, and it's becoming so much more accessible with stores like the dollar store, Dollar Tree, things like that. I often get asked if I shop at those stores, why I don't. Honestly, we don't really have one close to us. I don't know of one close to us, and I've never actively sought one out. I think it's a great resource if you're looking for inexpensive organizational things, but I also think it can be a little bit of a trap of overbuying organizational elements just for the purpose of having something new when you can easily use stuff that you already own. I have a very nice collection of bins and containers and everything that I keep up in my attic that I swap through, and I have over the last decade. I don't need to buy anything new. If there's ever anything really specific I need, I'll get it, but I try to shop my stash. And I just think with all of the overusage of cheap plastics and things like that, I'm just trying to be a little bit more aware of not buying new organizational stuff just to like have a cute new organization system or to make a fun video for you. Again, if that brings you joy, do it, right? Follow the KonMari method. But that does not spark joy for me anymore, buying new organizational stuff. Somebody asked me recently to do my top 10 favorite container store stuff. I haven't been to the container store, I want to say, in over a year. I don't even remember. I remember the last time I went and I picked up a couple of things for Donnie's nursery when I got my, that was last November. Not 2018, 2017. So I think that was the last time I was at the container store. I just don't need, I have all I need. So that's kind of where I'm coming from with this. So first part of the series, total purge. I'm gonna go by space because that's how my brain works. And then if I feel like anything needs to be addressed in terms of reorganization, I will readdress it. The top ones are definitely my office. I kind of want to reimagine that. I'm not sure how yet. Mudroom, talked about it. Garage, and our utility storage room where I keep all of our seasonal decor and kind of things that we don't use all the time. But let's do it. Let's get rid of stuff. Let's not be afraid to share the messes before you attack them. I feel like that's just been holding me back, is hiding. And I'm not gonna hide anymore. So I'm gonna go through it. I made a little list in my bujo about kind of all the spaces I want to tackle. I think I already touched on them with you for the most part. I'm not gonna do much in the kids' rooms. They're pretty, those are actually the kids' rooms and the main living room area are pretty well set. There's just I need to go through their clothes anyway. Just it's that time of year where I need to be thinking about things we need for the summer, if they need new sizes. Like I said with their toys, I'm gonna address them a little bit, but I'll talk about that when I get to their video. But yeah, I've got my work cut out for me, and I hope that you are excited to join me on this series. If nothing else, it's almost kind of voyeuristic to look at somebody else's piles of crap and be like, haha, they don't have it all together. And let me tell you, I do not. I do not have most anything together. But I do have this desire and this drive to do it, to like just give my house a really good, like a good crackdown. I'm really gonna get in there. So let's start. Let's start right now. I will see you guys in a few days with the video. I'm gonna literally pick the camera up and take you over there right now. You'll see that on Friday as my nightstand and such. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you're excited for the Spring Fever series. I've got the fever. I've got the fever. Anyway, thank you for watching. Happy cleaning if you're in that mood as well, and take good care. Bye, you guys.